The Z Fold series has become synonymous with cutting-edge foldable technology. Although it hasn't been long since the debut of the Z Fold 6, rumors around the next edition in the series, the Z Fold 7, are already gathering enthusiasm. Despite being early in the development cycle, reports suggest Samsung's next foldable could be smaller and larger, with major improvements across the board. Here's what we know so far. Samsung's release cadence for flagship products is well established, with new Z Fold models arriving annually at the company's Unpacked events around the midpoint of each calendar year. The Z Fold 6 launched in 2024, so it's safe to anticipate that the Z Fold 7 will follow suit in 2025. If past trends hold, we should expect the Z Fold 7 to be revealed in July or August 2025, corresponding with next year's Unpacked event. How much will the Z Fold 7 cost? Pricing rumors for the Z Fold 7 are hypothetical at this stage, but looking at recent models can give us a good estimate. Z Fold 6, from $1,899. Z Fold 5, from $1,799.99. Z Fold 4, from $1,799.99. Sadly, it doesn't look like things will be getting any cheaper for the next generation. According to leaker PandaFlash on X, the Z Fold 7 will have the same costs as its predecessors in most markets. That's likely to cover the UK and US, so you'll still probably have to pay approximately $2,000 or even more for the device. Of course, this may turn out to be erroneous, and there may be major price reductions, but that doesn't seem likely. Once the phone is formally unveiled, it will likely be available for pre-order immediately after the Unpacked event, much as past models have been, with an on-sale date 1 to 2 weeks later. While we're still far from an official spec sheet, early reports provide a fascinating insight into what the Z Fold 7 potentially provide. Samsung seems focused on delivering a smaller, more lightweight tablet without compromising on screen size or performance. Samsung looks to be considering 2 versions of the Z Fold 7 for delivery next year, according to a claim from a Dutch site Galaxy Club. 3 codenames for upcoming foldables have been revealed: B7 for the Galaxy Z Flip 7, Q7 for the Galaxy Z Fold 7, and Q7N for an unannounced foldable. The Q7 codename coincides with Samsung's convention for its Fold series, implying that both Q7 and Q7M may be part of the Fold lineup. However, the M in Q7M remains a mystery. Typically, Samsung's special edition phones have a suffix, as seen with the Galaxy Z Fold Special Edition, coded as Q6A. The absence of this A designation raises the idea that the Q7M might be a different model, for example the Galaxy Z Fold FE, a more budget-friendly version of the Fold series. 2. Design. One of the outstanding rumors, via Korea Economic Daily, is that the Galaxy Z Fold 7 will be slimmer and lighter than its predecessors. Reports claim Samsung is attempting to make the phone's folded thickness equivalent to that of the Galaxy S24 Ultra, which is just 8.6mm thick. This would be a big achievement, since the Z Fold 6 comes in at 12.1mm when folded. Back in late August, Anna teased Samsung as it marketed the Magic V3, which came in significantly smaller at 9.2mm. Samsung has a history of slimming down its foldables, and the Z Fold 7 might follow that trend while ensuring the phone maintains its durability in spite of a reduced profile. 3. Display. According to the Elec, Samsung Display is apparently developing a technique to enable S Pen input without a digitizer, which might eliminate the trade-off between a small design and stylus compatibility in future foldable smartphones. If successful, this innovation would allow foldables to keep both features without reducing thickness. However, no date for mass production has been confirmed. The Z Fold 7 could include a larger display, with reports via KED Global pointing to an inside foldable screen that stretches to 8 inches, up from the Z Fold 6's 7.6-inch main panel. This would make it one of the largest foldable screens on the market. Additionally, according to a tip from Samobile, Samsung might adopt blue phosphorescent OLED technology, which could allow for a brighter display while using less battery. This modification could contribute to the device's smaller form by reducing battery size without affecting screen quality or lifespan. 4. Performance. In a divergence from past models, the current rumor indicates the Galaxy Z Fold 7 will be driven by Samsung's own Exynos 2500 chipset, rather than one of Qualcomm's top Snapdragon processors, which have traditionally powered the company's foldables. As IDC analyst Brian Maher noted in an X post, Samsung is aiming to secure design wins for mobile models scheduled for release in 2H with the Exynos 2500, which means an appearance in the Z Fold 7 is plausible. However, leaker PandaFlash indicates on X that the Z Fold 7 will employ the Snapdragon 8 Elite around the world. The same post suggests 12 gigs of RAM across all variants, alongside possibilities for 256 gigs, 512 gigs, and 1 terabyte of internal storage. 5. Cameras. Camera specs for the Z Fold 7 remain hypothetical, but based on Samsung's past record, we may expect improvements across the board. The Z Fold 6's triple camera arrangement was already amazing, boasting a 50 megapixels main sensor, a 12 megapixels ultra-wide lens, and a 10 megapixels telephoto lens. It's expected that the Z Fold 7 will provide incremental updates, maybe introducing new sensor technology or advances in AI-driven photographic functions. Expect advancements in low-light performance, zoom capabilities, and potentially an enhanced under-display camera, enabling an uninterrupted watching experience on the inner screen. 6. Battery and charging. A thinner gadget frequently raises concerns regarding battery capacity, although Samsung might counter this with more power-efficient components, such as the aforementioned reported phosphorescent OLED technology display. Early reports suggest Samsung might employ a smaller battery without sacrificing battery life. The Z Fold 6 boasts a 4400 mAh battery with 25-watt cable charging and 15-watt wireless charging, so anticipate at least that as a baseline on the Fold 7. That said, the 2025 phone should hopefully incorporate 45-watt or greater fast charging. 7. Software. By the time the Z Fold 7 ships, it will likely operate on Android 15, clothed with Samsung's own One UI 7 experience on top. Leaks reveal that One UI 7 will be a huge makeover compared to earlier versions. Expect a revised user experience with new icons, animations, and greater multitasking capabilities, optimized to foldable devices. A vertical app drawer and other UI improvements could make the experience on the Z Fold 7 feel fresh, enhancing user productivity with a larger screen. Like Samsung's other planned foldable, the Z Fold 7 is believed to come with Samsung's future One UI 7 interface, running on top of Android 15. Solid news for people who want to use their cell phones for longer than the norm is the fact that we can expect frequent software and security upgrades for a solid 7 years. The Z Fold 7 should be beautiful and safe to use at least till 2031. One UI 7 is currently rolling out in beta on some Samsung phones, so we know what it will provide. Unsurprisingly, AI features. Samsung intends to embed AI elements into its flagship phones, which would help users, especially those of the Z Fold 7, make the best out of their smartphone. Writing assist tools, AI-powered content summaries, phone transcripts, and spelling and grammar checks are just some of the new things to expect. One UI 7 is likewise overhauled and comes with even larger customization options. A new navbar, which looks strikingly similar to Apple's Magic Island, will allow immediate access to live information, such as countdown timers, music, recordings, and more. Like the Galaxy Folds before it, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 will also come with Flex Mode, which activates when the bottom section of foldable phone is laid flat on a surface, with its top part standing vertically, analogous to a mini laptop. On top of the phone functioning as its own camera, video watching and video call kickstand this way, Flex Mode optimizes apps to split between the two parts of the screen for optimal ease. For example, YouTube would play a video on the top half, while Flex Mode will show playback controls on the bottom half. A personal favorite of me is Samsung DeX, which its Z Fold series, including the upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 7, come with. It's simply a desktop mode that activates when the phone is connected to an external monitor, delivering a taskbar, windowed apps. In my opinion, the most straightforward and comfortable Android desktop experience. We may also expect the Z Fold 7 to include stylus compatibility, An S Pen stylus specifically for Samsung's foldables is offered separately though, and writing tools accommodating it, should you require them. Next, the South Korean brand's next foldable flagship will integrate advances tried on the Z Fold 6 Special Edition, including a less obvious screen crease. This advancement is reported to be based on the usage of ultra-flexible glass, which is more robust than the ultra-thin glass of prior models. Leaks also claim an enhanced hinge mechanism for smoother unfolding, as well as a larger cooling system. Another potential advancement, a 200-megapixel main camera inherited from the Galaxy S25 Ultra. However, these developments could be accompanied by a setback, the elimination of S Pen support. A surprise choice, given that the stylus remains a fundamental argument against Chinese competition. In any event, models like the Huawei Mate X6 or the Xiaomi Mix Fold 4 already exhibit practically undetectable folds, which has undoubtedly compelled Samsung to take strong precautions for its upcoming product. 8. A double-edged legacy. The Z Fold 7 would depend significantly on the special edition, which was exclusively sold in South Korea and China. The latter had an 8-inch internal panel and a 6.5-inch exterior screen, specifications anticipated for the 2024 model. User feedback had commended the thinness of the fold, but lamented less powerful speakers, an issue that Samsung would have remedied. The range is also believed to have the Snapdragon 8 Elite, combined with an upgraded vapor chamber and 45-watt wired charging. RAM is apparently still limited to 12 gigs, and cost is expected to coincide with the Fold 6. If these suspicions are validated, the Z Fold 7 would be a crucial step toward more sturdy and aesthetic foldables. However, the elimination of the S Pen could harm its positioning versus alternatives like the Honor Magic V3, which combine thinness with premium functionality. It remains to be seen whether Samsung would manage to make such changes on its forthcoming foldable handsets. The answer will come this summer, when the official launch planned with the Z Flip 7 and potentially 2 more new foldable models. So that's all we know for now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have more information. Thanks for watching.